NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From AT&T Center in San Antonio, tonight, the San Antonio Spurs getting set to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's Spurs basketball to get this one going. Underway in Texas. DeJounte Murray. Going to launch beyond the arc. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Danny Green to James. Nice pass to get things going.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
For three, tough shot. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To James. Wide open look, won't go.
But if great shooters keep getting open looks, it's a matter of time before they start knocking them down. You have to start contesting some shots.
DeJounte Murray. Hurdle shot, no good. Here's Rondo with it. 2-point advantage. To James. Runner here, won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. James to the rim. Spurs in possession. To DeRozan. Surveys the floor. DeRozan. Fires the 3. Smothering D.
I got what you want, what you need, you know I'm on my way, baby come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real, you could get what you want, long as you ride with me. Ride with me, baby come ride with me. Ride with me, baby come ride with me. Come ride with me, baby come ride with me. Ride with me, baby come ride with me. I live a wild life, don't judge me. In the lobby, walk in the room, then leave with the that in my body want me. I ain't the same guy when I was 14. I was trying out for the ball team. High school crush was ignoring me. Oh yeah, now she me. Now I'm on the road. Shorties on my shores. Saying I'm about to. I'ma talk cause I ain't finished yet. True be told, yeah, I been a man. Still gon' love me when the fan. Are you? Oh really now? Aight man, let's get it done. I got what you want, what you need, you know I'm on my way, baby come ride with me. This is not a drill, I gotta keep it real, you could get what you want.
It's Spurs basketball to get this one going. Underway in Texas. Good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Here's James with a chance. Knocks it down from mid-range. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds. With the agilities of a guard, he can blow by you If he dips that shoulder, there's no way, there is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
DeRozan to Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Into the front court comes Rondo. He'll run the offense. To James. Pass to Cousins. Down low. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Murray into the front court. Down just a couple. To DeRozan. Five to shoot for San Antonio. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
Stuffs it down with authority. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Murray with the basketball. Down 2. DeRozan. Going to launch beyond the arc. Man, that was a tough shot.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
Lakers ball. To James. LeBron James. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
DeRozan in a matchup with Boogie. Fires the 3. Oh, good offense, beating good defense.
They got him in the first round to do exactly that. Make tough shots and help them win games.
Across the timeline comes James. The score 10-8. Shot from in close, no good. On the follow, way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish, just like that.
Murray into the front court. 10-all is our score. 4-3. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Slams it down.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
Murray with it. It's 12-10. DeRozan. Beyond the arc for 3. He was all over him.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Here's a chance from long range. Second effort to DeRozan. To Murray. DeRozan. Fires the 3. He engulfed him that time. To James. He connects, had all the time in the world. Too easy.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
DeRozan. Down low, Aldridge. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point.
Hey, it's our game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Substitutions, San Antonio. Into the game for the Los Angeles
Quinn
Lakers.
Cook matched up with DeJounte Murray. To James. Short jumper off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Rudy Gay. Lets it fly from long range, and it's Davis for the rebound. To Cousins. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
The free throw, perfect. And the lead is up to 7. Spurs in possession. To Murray. From long range. Message received. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Driving right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Oh, he can't connect. To Rudy Gay. DeJounte Murray. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Anthony Davis. Picked up by DeJounte Murray. Has a look. And a putback slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Cousins. James to Davis. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for you.
For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
It's Cook with the basketball. Lead stands at 10. To Davis. Got it to go. And the foul. Get off the tracks. The train's coming through.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Free throw up and good as they open things up to a 13-point lead. Murray into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Rudy Gay to DeRozan. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And an 8-second violation. It's going the other way. To DeRozan. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not easy.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the three-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
Lakers at the controls right now. James to Davis. Trying to cash in. Davis a shot, no good. To Murray. Here comes the screen. Rudy Gay up against Cook. Danny Green to James. Danny Green to James. Shot from 12. Good for Cousins. And throws it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Rudy Gay to DeRozan. Kicks it outside. Fires the three. Shakes free and hits.
Look, the reality is some players have it and some players don't. There's a reason why they call him the one.
LBJ. To Cousins. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
High risk, high reward. It stays in their possession. To DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
James, that's how you defend. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Number 3.
Los Angeles has the basketball. Won't go down. To Cousins. Rebounded by Gay. 4-3. Drains it.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Off the assist.
Way to hit.
First half comes to an end. The Lakers have the lead.
The Lakers will start the second half with a narrow lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Spurs are within striking distance at the half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Assists.
We're seeing unselfish basketball in this matchup. with each team turning good shots into great shots. These squads really know how to let it flow.
Player of the half.
The chosen one has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after one half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. LeBron into the front court, up by 6. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Rajon Rondo at the line for 2 shots. He wants this number up, 60% career free throw shooter. Second one up. Look out. Anthony Davis with the slam.
Brow down, Ed, when you come into my town.
Wow, you rhyming right there?
Obviously.
DeMar DeRozan with the basketball. To Murray. Beyond the arc for 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Right down Broadway, 4-2.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
I got him. I got ball. I got ball.
DeRozan to Aldridge. Here's a chance from long range. That's good D. Shot no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
To DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan looking good. 4 for 5.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
And counted at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
San Antonio ball. To Aldridge. DeRozan. Fires the 3. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
DeRozan with it. The deficit now up to 13. To Murray. Lets it fly from long range. Not that time. DeJounte Murray forced that one up. Here's Rondo with it. The advantage is 13 points. Nice pass to set things up. Oh, big finish at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says 1 man can't beat 5, but we're watching 1 man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Rondo with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Davis. The drive. Right to the basket. Down the lane to lay it in.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. Here comes the screen. To Murray. LaMarcus Aldridge. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Nothing going here on that drive. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Couple of cracks at the line now.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Misses the first. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. LeBron James with the rock. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
And the finish, slam dunk.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
And the Lakers with the rebound. Rondo into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Pass it off. Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Time to shuffle.
Hey, it's all game. Let's take it home now. Let's go.
Substitutions. Stepping in for
Rondo matched up with DeJounte Murray. Layup goes down. Well done.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Los Angeles, they have it. Rondo matched up with Pirtle. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And Jay, they call the foul.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Rondo against Murray. Nice pass to set things up. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great,
be bowling right there where the Knicks play. Get cake, gotta make sure mama rent paid. I was dead broke, got my straight.